Secretary, Conservative Member of Parliament for Halton, Price and Howden.
That's right.
David, you were a bit ahead of the curve, weren't you, saying in the name of God go?
Well, yes.
And rather unpopular with your colleagues for saying so.
I went into the chamber that day knowing I'd make hundreds of enemies, and so I did. But the point was that it seemed clear to me at that point that the Prime Minister had misled the House, was unwilling to face up to that fact, and was blaming his subordinates for it. I mean, I come from a very old-fashioned school, Nigel. If you're an officer or you're a senior member of a corporation, or indeed you're a minister, you don't blame your subordinates. You shoulder the blame yourself and then deal with it properly. And he didn't do that. So it seemed to me it was obvious that was the case.
But did he get the big calls right? I mean, his strongest supporters say that he got Brexit done, and we can argue how well it's been done, but they say he got Brexit done, he faced up to the pandemic, he's shown global leadership over Ukraine, and they say, look, we know he's sloppy, we know he's messy, we know he's not always accurate, but that he gets the big calls right. How would you respond to that?
Well, he gets some of them right. He doesn't get all of them right. I mean, he didn't get all the Brexit calls right. We're still struggling over Northern Ireland. Now, I think he did, on balance, pretty well out of it, but nevertheless, some he got wrong. The same with COVID. I mean, we had in my view, too many lockdowns, too long, too much damage to the economy, too much restriction of individual freedom. But it was partly for that reason that we waited so long. I mean, when I made my comments in January, I started by saying I spent the last 2 months defending the Prime Minister on the basis that he has delivered Brexit, on the basis that he has basically delivered the vaccine solution to COVID. And that's why we gave him more slack than we would have given anybody else. But Nigel, there are rules in every game, right? And one of the rules in the House of Commons, it may sound very technical, but if the Prime Minister does not tell the truth to the House, knowingly does not tell the truth to the House, that undermines our entire democracy. If he's telling a fib every time he comes, we don't know how well the country's run or not.